February 8th, feast for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's court resumed trial. February 8th, for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's resumed trial. The indigenous people of Biafra have come out to remind them, all Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world, the scheduled date for Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's resumed trial. And it's in a couple of days, that is in 2 days' time, that is on Thursday. So actually, it's a day to be optimistic yet again. For the past 2 years now, we've been really optimistic about Onyendu's release. So all we can do at this point in time, because it's as if there is beginning to be hope concerning Nnamdi Kanu's trial. The reality here is that I think, strongly that the Nigerian government are running out of options in Onyendu's matter. Just imagine the transition on how his case or his trial has been ongoing from appeal court to Supreme Court, from Supreme Court, they are coming back to appeal court and all that. The reality is that, I think the only, game plan the Nigerian government had was just to delay him freedom, to delay him justice. Justice delayed is justice denied. So they were, using the whole opportunity to delay his freedom so that they can perpetrate anything they really want to perpetrate on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Like I always say, for Onyendu to still be alive till now, to carry on his case, is only by the special grace of God. In fact, I don't even know how it take happen. But the reality is that a man that has been blessed, a man, that has that has a destiny to fulfill, we definitely fulfill his destiny before going. And Onyendu has not really fulfilled that destiny because he hasn't, the Biafra that he started, the Biafra that he has been fighting for, is not here. The Biafra that, that led to his abduction is not here, in as much as the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has been doing a wonderful job concerning that. But the reality there is that Onyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, needs to be hugely involved in the restoration of the Biafran freedom. He needs to carry on. And that is just the reality. So definitely is going to come out. And I believe that the Nigerian government has run out of option. That is why they don't even know what they are doing anymore. And it's really shameful to the judiciary. It is really, really shameful that these kind of things is happening in this so-called country. On that note, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform that gives you only quality news and information on only all the matter where they happen in Biafran territory. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, then you're sitting on a bicycle because you've been missing. We've been giving you the back-to-back and you've been missing it. Just imagine the whole videos of the self-referendum we've been giving out. You've actually missed it because you've not yet subscribed. So why don't you subscribe if truly you are for the cause of the freedom fighting? We get it to you and deliver it to you. So subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification, because that is the only way you can get notified whenever we drop our spanking news. Now, straight to the news. February 8th has been fixed, and February 8th is in 2 days' time for Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu's court hearing. The news in detail. The indigenous people of Biafra IPOB has disclosed that the Nigerian government will resume the trial of its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, on February 8th. The pro-Biafran group also accused the Nigerian Supreme Court of delivering a confusing written judgment against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on December 15, 2023, saying that the world has seen what the Nigerian apex is made for. A statement by the indigenous people of Biafran's Media and Publicity Secretary, Emma Powerful, also alleged that the judges disappointed Nigerians who before now believe that there was an independent and courageous man at the apex court of Nigeria. The indigenous people of Biafran's statement reads, in part, the global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, ably led by our indomitable leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, maintains that the Nigerian Supreme Court justices derailed and mishandled justice by quashing the appeal court's judgment in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. The judgment came to the world as a big surprise. All Nigerians and non-Nigerians have great doubts that the Nigerian judiciary delivered justice on the matter, even as Abuja High Court commences the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on February 8, 2024. The Supreme Court of Nigeria delivered a confusing written judgment against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on December 15, 2023. That compromised judgment discouraged Nigerians who thought they were independent and courageous men at the apex court of Nigeria. It also showed that ordinary men can't get justice in Nigeria. The Nigerian Supreme Court has shown what it is made up of. During the Supreme Court judgment on December 15, 2023, the justices affirmed that it was unlawful for the Nigerian government to have kidnapped and extraordinarily renditioned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria. It is surprising that the same court still stopped the landmark decision and judgment of Nigeria Appeal Court justices. They also affirmed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu didn't jump bail, which was the main reason that the Nigerian government broke international laws and treaty of extradition. By kidnapping and extraordinarily renditioning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they lost all their right to try him. On what ground did the lily-livered justices return the case back to the High Court after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu won the case in appeal court? We continue. Emma Powerful said, why will the justices set aside the judgment of the appeal court and discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu but refuse to deliver their own independent judgment on the matter? As much as we believe that the judges were pressured to read a compromised written judgment to be used against a peaceful freedom fighter and a prisoner of conscience, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nevertheless, they played a smart game. They understood the consequences, affirming the illegality of extraordinary rendition by the Nigerian government. We make bold to say that the Supreme Court connivingly and unprofessionally sent the case back to the High Court so that the federal government will fulfill their agenda. Pontius Pilate justices, indeed. Emma Powerful went further. The public should take note that the Federal High Court in Abuja has fixed February 8, 2024 as a date to commence what would be a scripted or endless court case. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be represented at the court by his legal team, but we want to inform the Nigerian government and the international community that indigenous people of Biafra have lost confidence in the Nigerian judiciary until they prove otherwise. The Supreme Court justices colluded with Tinubu's government to send the case back to the same judge who has been playing hanky-panky games with the case in the High Court for many years. It is said that the Supreme Court justices will succumb to pressure or inducement and deny justice to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has been persecuted and detained illegally by the Nigerian state for seeking to exit Nigeria via a legal United Nations supervised referendum for an independent Biafran nation. By the actions of the Supreme Court, he said, it's obvious that they are part of the oppressors and suppressors of the United Nations and the African Charter on People's Right to Self-Determination. The international community, the human rights organization, and civil society group should be aware that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB are being persecuted for peacefully championing Biafran self-determination from the Nigerian government, Nigerian security forces, and the Nigerian Supreme Court. And all that is that on that, and the injustices and the evil in Nigeria continues, and the corruption in the judiciary continues, and we continue to hear a scripted judgment on Onyendo Mazi Kanu. What more can we say concerning this contraption called Nigeria? But I still believe that the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and their team can actually do more for Onyendo's release. There's a way you pressurize these people. You take them out of confusion. It's not about coming every day to give statement this, statement that. Well, I think they've actually run out of options, But the world needs to know the injustices that the Nigerian government is giving to Onyendo Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We await. February 8th is just in 2 days' time. Let us see what the outcome of the case will turn out to be. Thank you once again for joining me on this wonderful YouTube platform. If this is your first time, we welcome you. Welcome to the family of Let's Talk TV. Welcome to the family of Exposed News TV and the rest of our channels. Please, do the needful to subscribe, do the needful to share, and do